Toru enrolls in Koryo Academy, a high school where its students battle each other with weapons known as blazes, training to become future peacekeepers. The students must pass a battle during the qualification ceremony on freshman day in order to be enrolled in the academy. Emery, a newly made friend of his, has something to accomplish, so she has to defeat Toru. He materializes his shield weapon and blocks her attacks. He powers up a punch to knock her away. Then Sakuya stops the fight, and the winner will be admitted into the academy. Later on, he met with an old childhood friend, Tora, on the way to their first class. In class, there is this silver-haired girl, Julie Sigtuna, who is beautiful enough for everyone to turn their heads and stare. She sits next to Toru and starts staring at him. Whenever he tries to talk, she turns her head away. This spunky, lively bunny maid is their teacher, Tsukumi. She explains the school system, like how their ID doubles as a credit card, and how they will form pairs and live, eat, and train together with that partner. Because once they graduate, they will be assigned to the Dawn Agency security force, so they're starting the partnership early. This is what you call the duo system. The official pairs will be decided this weekend, but for now, the temporary duo pair will be the one sitting next to them. Which means Toru and Julie will stay in the same room. Toru gets a shock when he opens the door, seeing Julie in her pajamas, which are only a shirt itself. The next morning, they look forward to working with each other until their official duo is decided. With rumors of Toru and Julie spreading like wildfire, the two, the only boy-girl duo of the year, became quick friends with Tamo and Miyabi at breakfast. Miyabi, who is shy around men, starts hiding behind Tamo. After that, they went on to sparring. Due to Julie's remarkable talent for sparring, no one other than Toru volunteered to spar with her. The end of the week has come, and Toru has discovered that Julie still doesn't have a duo after Tamo's rejection, so he runs after her, and with the sounds of the bells on her hairband, he finds her standing on the balcony of the clock tower. It was there that they made their duo oath to each other and became duos. On the day after the official duos had been determined, Tsukumi informed her students in the classroom of the upcoming new blade battle, which will be held in the next couple of days. In preparation for the battle, Toru and Julie trained themselves and practiced their combat skills with their blazes. Later, at the sports stadium, Toru found Miyabi, exhausted, running along the track when she suddenly collapsed. Unconscious, she is picked up and carried back to her dormitory by Toru. On the way, she wakes up, and Toru encourages her to keep training in order to become stronger. On the next day, late afternoon, the new blade battle starts at 5 o'clock. The duos have 2 hours to survive and eliminate all other duos to win the battle. As the battle continues, the defeated duos are eliminated from the battle. The 3 last duos remaining are Toru's, Tamo's, and Tora's. Finally, they have to face off with Tamo and Miyabi. Toru stops Miyabi's thrust, and although the girl laments her uselessness again, Toru is in fact impressed that she could push him back that far. Julie sees through Tamo's attack from behind, and Tamo and Miyabi are eventually defeated by Toru and Julie. Toru and Julie continue and move on to find the other remaining duo. By the time Toru and Julie get there, Tora and his partner are found injured lying on the floor. For a brief while, Tsukumi shows up and suddenly attacks Toru, revealing that she is the person who injured Tora and his partner. Then she explains that it is her duty to eliminate any student who is not up to the task. They learn from Tsukumi that by breaking the enemy's blaze, the enemy's soul will be damaged. The fight between Toru, Julie, and Tsukumi carries on. The duo cannot best Tsukumi, as she is fast and powerful. Toru powered up to punch through the classroom, and that still wasn't enough. In the end, with the desire to protect each other and nice cooperation, all that training paid off as Toru used his Millionaire Punch to break Tsukumi's blaze and end the fight. The next morning, still recovering from the injury, Toru and Julie sit at the table and have their usual morning tea. They are then visited by Tamo and Miyabi, who bring them refreshments. That night, Toru wakes up from a repeating nightmare about the past incident. The noises wake Julie up as well. She shows him the scar on her back, revealing that she is an Avenger like Toru. In class, Tora and Tatsu are grateful to Tamo and Miyabi, who helped administer first aid to them. They are concerned about Tsukumi's goals, but can be assured she won't be around anymore. Suddenly, Tsukumi walks into her class and conducts her lesson like normal. They confronted her after class, but were brought to Sakuya's office for explanation. She reinstated Tsukumi as the school's instructor because she managed to train several students in a short period of time. Sakuya admits that she only cares about the results and doesn't care whatever method or curriculum is used because she wants to find the absolute duo. During the lesson, Lilith, a new transfer student from England, walks right in and wants Toru to come with her, which annoys Tsukumi. Lilith says that starting from now on, Toru will be her duo partner, but Toru explains that he already has a duo partner and declines. Later, Toru asks Julie if she wants to go somewhere for the next break, and she says yes. By the time the break has started, Julie and Toru are on their way to a mall that Miyabi recommended, but Miyabi told him that she already had plans with Tamo. After buying clothes for Julie, they both eat ice cream while being watched by Tamo and Miyabi. As they watch them, a group of boys come by and begin to hit on Tamo and Miyabi. Tamo brushes the boys off and has Miyabi follow her until one of the boys grabs her hand, causing Tamo to slap his hand off of her. Before the boys can respond, Toru comes and says they're with him, and if they touch them, then he's the one they're going to have to deal with. As the situation escalates, Lilith quickly comes behind them, knocks the boys out with her rifle, and leaves. Toru sees her and is surprised to find out that her blaze is a rifle. During swimming lessons, everyone thought they'd see some Julie Grace as she dove in. It turns out she can't swim and sank like a hammer. Because Lilith has never attended class, concerned Toru goes to look for her in the garden. She has already finished her education, and this place is just for her to kill time. Then Lilith asks to go out on a date. Toru is forced to leave school with Lilith to go to New Death Land, an amusement park. In the end, Toru declines her offer to be a duo once again and goes back to his dorm, meeting up with Julie. He reveals to Julie about Lilith's goal of making him her duo, but he turns her down. Upset the following day, Lilith trespasses on the second year's battles and defeats them all. She then challenges the entire first-year class to survive. Lilith quickly takes out everyone, leaving Toru's group. He apologizes for turning her down. Not that he changed his mind. He wants to fight her with full strength so that they can understand each other. The ambush tactic of letting Tatsu be the decoy to slice her so Lilith would jump and let Julie slice her didn't work since she is faster. Shortly, Lilith then camouflages as a fallen classmate to take out Tatsu. Before Julie gets owned, Tamo saves her, but the duo sustains damage that renders them unable to fight at their full ability. Toru may have guessed something about Lilith's blaze when Julie talks to him, as she is worried about him. They interrupted when Lilith wants to let the game go. Toru has got her where she wanted as he slams the ground. The floor collapses. She jumps in mid-air, and Tora and Julie attack, but they are surprised. She is fast enough to shoot them without reloading her blaze. Suddenly, Julie gets back up and slashes the rifle off her hand. They have predicted that Lilith always shoots at the heart, so Julie was wearing a metal plate there. But it's not over yet. Before the fight can resume, Toru is shot with real bullets. Several armored troops come in and want Lilith to come with them. Lilith refuses, as they were rude to intrude on her dance party. Till his blonde guy, Kevin, takes Tamo hostage, so Lilith agrees to go with them. So for the rest, now it is a mission to rescue her. Toru was fast enough to be before them. He then takes in so many shots while powering up for his Mjolnir punch to break the floor. As everyone falls, Tora and Julie take out the soldiers, while Toru, guiding Lilith's hand, shoots her rifle at Kevin, and a slab lands on him. Having defeated them, Toru and Lilith face off again. In the aftermath, Kevin reports his failure to his master, but he is okay since what is important is the data that was gathered. Their true aim is the Blaze Witch, Blaze Diabolica. In the next scene, Toru is shown in the infirmary, surrounded by his friends, healing his wounds. Lilith comes in and after thanking him for rescuing her, kisses him and tells them that he is her future husband to the shock of everyone. On the way to the island for the training camp with a boat, Julie's lying on Toru's lap because she is feeling bad. Later, Tora and Tatsu tell them that Tsukumi wants to see them. Tsukumi announces to the students that they're going to swim from the boat to the island where the camping is. But Julie can't swim, so Toru has to carry her. On their way, Lilith appears and jumps from the helicopter to play with Toru. However, he tells her that there's no time to play, which Lilith agrees on. After reaching the island, Toru is laying at the beach to rest after the long trip. Continuing to reach the camp, the three have to go through the forest. However, some people attack them with a blaze, causing them to fight back. Tamo and Miyabi are also having a tough time, but with Miyabi remembering how useless she is and Toru's words, she gets the strength to break out and fight to help her partner. Julie and Lilith team up, and you can see how formidable they are when they do that. Julie's sword spin is enough to cut down all the trees in the vicinity. When Toru unmasks one of the attackers, he doesn't expect that he will meet someone he is familiar with, which is the lively Emery, his opponent during the Kuryu Academy enrollment exam. Later on, the gang had a barbecue party. Emery explained that those who failed were given a chance to study at this seaside branch, and Emery didn't waste time taking up that offer. The following day, the students spent their time training. Toru is invited to hang out with Miyabi and her friends at the beach. As expected, there is swimsuit fanservice in which our main character has to honestly comment on each of them, but he blatantly ignores Tsukumi despite her threatening to beat him up. Miyabi has been acting weird and spacing out, and Emery can tell and even get admittance from her that she likes Toru. Later, when Miyabi sprains her foot, Toru, the man, has no choice but to carry her. Emery then signals to the other girls that they need to head back to cook. Toru is carrying Miyabi on their slow walk back, talking about things, the right setting sun, the right atmosphere, the right time for Miyabi to confess she loves him. But Toru refuses, remembering his past failure to save someone else. Miyabi is heartbroken and runs away from him. Lilith talks to Sakuya, whose other identity is Blaze Diabolica. She is being targeted by Rain, and she suspects they will strike tonight. As a result, she is on this island. But she is just a decoy and has been prepared to make a sacrifice, just like the branch school students. That night, armored troops went skydiving down on the island and started shooting at all the students. As Kevin says, they're from the Godkiller Unit rebels against the Exceed. Everyone defends Koryo Academy from the attack, but the damage is still too severe. Believing their target is the underground facility, Sakuya allows Asukami to release her limiter and display her full power without restraint. And there she goes, wild and berserk, with another blaze lesson for the kids. When you pass level 4, you've got a secret blaze power. This hula hoop thingy she has, but it's dangerous and kills the armored troop. Kevin then enters the office to get Sakuya. The commotion outside was just a diversion to lure her out. Lilith protects Sakuya, but Kevin says she is not invited this time. After the explosion from the office, Toru and Julie head to check out while the rest go find Miyabi, who has been missing ever since she never came back from the beach. Toru sees defeated Lilith, who asks a favor of him to go rescue Sakuya. The two immediately jump on the ship, just in time. Since they won't take up his offer to jump into the ocean for their lives to be spared, I guess it's time to fight. Despite taking the full force of Toru's punch, Kevin is unscathed thanks to his new prototype armor. He beats them up and is about to kill Julie when Toru comes to protect her. This seemed to annoy Kevin, especially like this protect thing is like a taboo word for him. He takes it all out on Toru. Julie wakes up thanks to her trauma from remembering her father being killed. She powers up and turns into some demon, so fast that Kevin couldn't see the slash across his chest. He gets slashed left and right. Julie probably can't tell friend from foe and is about to attack Toru when she collapses. Kevin continues to mock Toru, saying he can't protect Julie like that. Kevin gets a call from Smith saying that they have acquired what is necessary and that Sakuya is no longer needed. All the troops retreat now, and Kevin vows to Toru that the next time they meet, he'll kill him. When Lilith gets a call, her shocked expression lets Sakuya know that she has been invited to the Rain Conference. While the two are back on the island, Julie tells Toru how her father went to battle and got killed. He was kind to her until his last breath. The man who killed him also put that scar on her back. That is why she enrolled in this school to become stronger to kill him. Meanwhile, Miyabi is seen with Smith and is being assured she can get stronger with this new prototype suit. In the ruins of the facility, Toru and his friends are searching for a missing Miyabi, only to be stopped by Tsukumi, who tells the students that they have to leave the island. Despite Tamos and Toru's plea to stay in for their search, the rabbit teacher tells them that it was under the headmistress's orders, forcing them to board the ship and leave the island. 2 days have passed since the incident. Toru senses something different about Tamo, even though her discipline remains unchanged, with only Lilith seeing Tamo's upset reaction over Miyabi's disappearance while passing through the shower room. At night, Toru has a horrifying nightmare about Kevin killing Miyabi and a tragedy about his late sister, which woke Julie up to the progress. Worried over her duo's well-being, Julie hugs Toru in her arms to comfort him. In her office, to repay Toru's rescue from the rebels, Sakuya permits Toru to undergo the level 4 rite of sublimation, but Toru hesitates as he deems the reward is only for him, not his fellow friends. While claiming Toru is special as an unrivaled, the headmistress reminds Toru that his motivation for entering the school is to obtain more power for his revenge. While about to accept Sakuya's reward, Toru imagines his sadistic self before he tells Sakuya that he will not accept it. Nevertheless, Sakuya respects Toru's decision before giving the rite of sublimation to him. At the Academy's courtyard, Lilith remarks about Sakuya's participation in the Rain Conference before meeting with Toru and Julie, who are asking anything about Equipment Smith. Lilith explains to Toru that Equipment Smith, whose real name is Edward Walker, is one of Rain's prominent members, and the goal of this conference is about the Absolute Duo. After learning the truth, Toru realized the dangerous path of the Absolute Duo by claiming that he would gain absolute power even if many people got hurt in the process. Meanwhile, all members of the Rain arrive in the conference room, and the meeting commences with Edward's petition to join forces with every Rain member with his rebel units. Of all the members of the Rain, however, Sakuya declines, as she sarcastically claims that Edward is yielding a grudge against her grandfather, who had once beaten him. Though infuriated over Sakuya's insult, Edward calmly retorts that he will be commencing the killing game in the academy to settle their feud, which Sakuya calmly accepts. The killing game begins as the rebels enter the school via an airplane, while Kevin remarks that the feast of bloodshed begins. In the evening, Toru and his friends are confronting Kevin and his rebel members before a returning Miyabi enters the fray. While Tamo is happy to see Miyabi, Lilith urges Tamo to stop as she senses something wrong with her friend. She then reveals her newly founded powers to everyone, much to Toru's horror, before telling Toru that she became stronger. Having witnessed Miyabi's strange behavior and her power that defeats the securities with ease, Toru asks Kevin what they did to Miyabi, to which Kevin replies that it was merely a gift, the combined power of the Exceeds and units. Tamo comes to Miyabi to protect her from Kevin, only to be shocked as Miyabi hurts her. She also learned from Lilith about her brainwashing. Unable to stand Kevin's mockery, Toru is going to attack Kevin, but is instead confronted by Miyabi. Meanwhile, during the Rain Conference, Equipment Smith is gloating by telling Sakuya, who realized that he has been keeping an eye on the girl who was desperately gaining Toru's attention, that Miyabi is his best creation. Kevin allows Miyabi to take care of her friends so she can visit Sakuya. Tamo wants to handle Miyabi alone because this is her responsibility as her partner. The rest headed along and put their trust in Tamo. Tora and Lilith form a temporary alliance to take out the Liber's guards and let Toru and Julie advance. But Kevin is waiting before them. His true goal is to avenge what happened that last time, and he knew Toru would come after him if he said Sakuya's name. Elsewhere, Tamo is confronting Miyabi despite suffering injuries from her beating. In an attempt to convince Miyabi to give up her destructive strength, she tells her friend that not even Toru wishes to see her current state, causing Miyabi to snap and attack her. However, Tamo tells Miyabi that she would. Elsewhere, Kevin relishes seeing Toru's distress at overkilling Julie. Toru uses his body to protect Julie from all the bullets from the Liber's soldiers. When Julie wakes up, although she is horrified, she keeps her emotions in check. Toru's irony will remind Kevin that he is the one to show us his frustrated face. With Tora and Lilith providing backup, Toru materializes and summons a super shield to block Kevin's attack and knock that guy out with his super punch. Smith cannot believe he has lost. He hasn't died from the heart attack of this humiliating loss from Sakuya. So the old man goes to Kevin to beat him up and insult his very existence to let loose steam. That is what made Kevin snap and kill the crazy old fart before he could detonate and destroy the school. Kevin summons his ultimate weapon, and now he has that crazy look to kill Toru. Our friends thought it was over until Kevin popped up before them. For some reason, this made Tora's blood boil. He charges angrily but gets his blaze destroyed. Kevin is also faster than Lilith's bullet, and he takes her out with one single blow to her stomach. So it's up to Toru and Julie to take him down, but with Kevin being cocky that he is powerful, he feels like he has been given the right to destroy everything with his power. Then he wants to destroy the entire school, but luckily Tsukumi was there to slice the beams apart. Although this causes her to bleed everywhere, there is no reason to worry that she is dying or anything. I guess you have to make this bunny look cool once in a while. Toru tries to protect Julie again from being shot, and he uses a barrier to protect her. However, he gets stabbed in the back by Kevin. Julie sees this. She released some dark aura to attack Kevin. In turn, she goes out of control like before, turning into a killing demon. Kevin must be sweating in his pants because Julie is stronger than him. The only thing he can do is take a beating. Now it is up to Toru to bring Julie to her senses. First, he lets Julie slash him so he can get up close to hug her. He whispers for her to come back. That heartfelt plea makes her come back to her senses. He now understands why his blaze is a shield, to protect. Apparently, Kevin doesn't like this scene because he too had something traumatic. Something about his brother. The duo combines their strengths and will to form an impenetrable shield. Kevin is in more shock at the awesome power they have. For the finishing blow, Toru takes Julie's sword and strikes him down. In the aftermath, as Toru recuperates in the hospital, Miyabi comes to apologize for causing this mess. A group of mad fangirls are chasing after Tsukumi because she protected their dorm during madness. Tsukumi hates it and is running for her life. After Toru is discharged, Lilith hands him the data on Kevin. His real name is Kevin Wayfair. After shortly losing his brother and family, he strayed into the underworld, where Smith brought him in and raised him as a soldier who used nothing but power to obtain results. This data is actually from Sakuya because she believes if Toru understands the enemy's feelings better, it might help him grow and, in turn, achieve her goal of being an absolute duo. Toru meets up with Julie. She mentions she is more L-awake than Exceed because she wishes for strength to exact revenge. The only difference with Exceed is that Exceed has their soul's power awakened naturally. Julie reveals that she was unable to control that power, and Dawn Agency rescued her. She had been lying to him because she feared that if she knew about it, he would leave her. Above all, she feared this power would hurt him. And as always, Toru's statement of wanting to protect her. They renew their partnership vow again. Till death do us part. Thank you for watching till the end, and please don't forget to subscribe. See you next time, and peace out.